Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. But here we have another crazy story. Rod Diggs. I never forget, I was listening to Rod Diggs one time. He said, you know what? He said that my uncle made me who I am. Imagine that. Imagine somebody leading you down the wrong path. But either way, Rod Diggs, he said that's what happened to him, though.
Before I let him give me 120 years, imagine.
They allege that Heron is guilty of racketeering charges for running a drug dealing operation. They also claim he was involved in 3 and 3 attempts and introduced his music videos as evidence.
The music is basically...
So basically, Rod Diggs, y'all know he's one of the first notorious gang members. He's a blood gang member. To tell himself in his music. Imagine that. Don't forget, these gang members are not smart. Some of them are. Because Rod Diggs, he was somewhat intelligent, but he was violent. So obviously he wasn't smart, because you can't be a violent person and expect to survive out here in society. Imagine that. Imagine wanting to be violent and be out here in society at the same time. It's an unbelievable thing to think about it, though.
I was talking about the life that we come from, not necessarily saying this is what I did. You know, this is a very intelligent man.
Okay.
And this is not a man who would commit all these crimes and didn't tell you for you to use it against him.
These acts, we knowingly
Okay.
understand what comes with this.
Okay.
We want the lights and we want the glitter and we want this, but we understand the only thing that's promised is jail or death.
It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. So that's what happened to Rod Diggs. He didn't get death, but he got jail. Imagine that. Flip the coin. Which one would you rather? Would you rather 150 years? Or would you rather... Imagine that. You know what? I'm going to let you know in a little while. Imagine letting you know in a little while.
Diggs, knowing the individual he is, I think he understood what comes with it. If he was engaged in that, I think he was prepared for the outcome of his activities.
When the track Eulogy dropped, nobody could have predicted the wild accusations that would later come to light against Ronald Heron, better known as Rod Diggs.
Born out of that, I was forced with a decision. Either I'm going to starve or risk going to...
The story
These individuals, he said starve. Or he said either he's going to starve or he's going to risk going to prison. You know what? So he knew what he was going to get. Imagine that. Imagine knowing what you're about to get yourself into. I'm trying to figure out why Rod Diggs didn't just get a job. I mean, he didn't want to collect food stamps. Imagine that. I thought that's what food stamps is for if you're starving. You get food stamps and they help you out. I don't know. Maybe Rod Diggs said, I don't want no food stamps. I'd rather go to jail. Imagine that. Imagine rather go to jail than get food stamps. It's an unbelievable thing. I'm just talking that shit.
This guy is straight out of a crime thriller. Picture this. Rod Diggs allegedly had one of his associates go undercover in the most extreme way. Wig, lipstick, makeup, the whole 9 yards, just to get close to a target he wanted. And get this. The associate even claimed that Rod Diggs himself had used this disguise method before to carry out hits. But honestly,
imagine that. Imagine. So you know what? I know how to commit a crime. Not just Rod Diggs, a whole lot of these criminals, they think they know how to commit crimes. They really do. I mean, they know how to commit crimes, they do. But they also know how to get caught, and they know how to go to jail too. Imagine that. Imagine that. But either way, Rod Diggs, he got that 140 years, plus that extra 140. Plus that extra 140. I mean, is that right? Or did he get an extra 100 on top of that? Either way, Rod Diggs, he's gone. He's in ADX. They say he's the only rapper in ADX. So it's fair to say, Rod Diggs, he's in a league of his own. Imagine being in a league of your own. It's a terrible thing.
Scratching the surface of Rod Diggs' criminal history. The stuff he got into was so hardcore that he ended up with not 1, not 2, but 3 life sentences plus an extra 105 years tacked on for good measure.
Rod Diggs got 3 life sentences. You heard about this?
I actually seen it on, I think it was on your website yesterday. And I was like, and I feel bad.
And where is he serving this mind-boggling sentence? In none other than the infamous ADX Florence, the Supermax prison.
What I'm trying to figure out is Rod Diggs hanging out with El Chapo right now. Imagine that. Rod Diggs, say, you know what? El Chapo is right next door. I'm not trying to be funny when I make these videos. I'm being serious. They really got Rod Diggs in ADX. They said ADX, that's a Supermax. They said Rod Diggs, he doesn't have the luxury of seeing the sunshine anymore. Imagine that. Imagine not having the luxury of seeing the sunshine anymore. Is that the truth? I don't know. That's what I heard, though. But either way, Rod Diggs, he decided to throw it all away. I wonder why. It's not just Rod Diggs, though, so I'm not going to say I wonder why. It's a whole lot of these individuals from New York. Bloods, Crips, the same way. They know how to go to jail for certain. Imagine that. Imagine saying, you know what? I know how to go to jail.
Often dubbed the Alcatraz of the Rockies. Now, if you're not familiar, this place is notorious for housing the worst of the worst.
Okay.
Terrorists, cartel leaders, gang bosses, and all sorts of high-profile criminals. It's a place where even hardened criminals have a tough time.
Okay.
A facility where they say death might be easier than living out your days there.
In an exclusive
Imagine
interview,
that.
a former warden and a former
Imagine
inmate
that.
tell us death is easier than
What?
life at the federal supermax.
What?
It is as isolating.
It's unbelievable. Imagine that. Why did Rod Diggs throw it all away? Why do these individuals think it's cool to throw it all away? Imagine that. I have no idea. Only thing I do know, right now, so I'm making this video. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. It's fair to say, Rod Diggs, you're gonna have to get up soon. It's almost time for breakfast. Imagine that. But that's what's going on in the life of a gangster. You do the same thing day in, day out. Wow. These gangsters are broken records. Doing the same thing over and over and over.
Is the prisoners
But
who
they
call
locked
it
up, though. They
home.
locked
The
up, though.
prison called ADX Florence is a tomb for the living.
To me, it's life after death.
Okay.
So what exactly did Rod Diggs do to land himself
Criminal.
in such a hellhole? Let's dive in deeper.
I think Rod Diggs, knowing the individual he is, I think he understood
Okay.
what comes with it. If he was engaged in that, I think he was prepared
Okay.
for the outcome of his.
Believe it or not, a lot of these criminals, they never want to accept responsibilities for their actions. Some of these criminals will mess around and say, you know what, I didn't do it. Imagine that. Imagine doing a crime and you say you didn't do it. But at the end of the day, you want to be respected on the streets. But you're scared to go to jail. Imagine scared to go to jail. These individuals, they don't want to tell the truth. They really don't.
Activities.
Ronald Herron, better
Nope.
known as Rod Diggs, was born in 1982 and grew up
Okay.
in Gowanus Projects of Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
A place that's seen a lot of change due to gentrification. But back then, it was a rough area to navigate.
Okay.
Surrounded by crime and violence, Rod Diggs found himself caught up in the streets early.
These individuals say, you know what, I grew up in a bad neighborhood. So you know what I decided to do? I decided to make it even worse. Imagine that. Imagine growing up in a bad neighborhood, and then you decide to make the neighborhood even worse. That's what happened to Rod Diggs. He said, you know what, man, I grew up in a bad neighborhood. I'm about to make it worse. Imagine making it worse.
On getting involved with criminal activities and eventually joining the Bloods.
Okay.
His adolescence was a revolving door of correctional facilities, setting the stage for the reputation he would go on to build.
I brought up total slammers, nigga. Like, so,
What?
Bill had
What?
extra tight.
What he said about what he said? He said slammers? Is that what he said? Slammers? What did he say? I mean, I don't know what he said. The only thing I do know, they got Rod Diggs right now in the ADX. The life of a gang member. It's not just Rod Diggs alone. I could go down the list of these individuals who say, you know what, I'm a tough guy. And the only thing they really know how to do is get told what to do. Imagine that. These gang members, all they really know how to do is get told what to do. That's it. It's an unbelievable thing to think about it.
You feel me? Like,
In
It really
September
is.
1998, things took a dark turn when a shooting in
Okay.
Wyckoff Gardens, a nearby project, left an innocent bystander.
Okay.
Just 2 years later, on October 7th, 2000, Rod Diggs himself
Okay.
was shot in the leg during a dispute over a drug debt.
Violence.
Rod Diggs wasn't the type to let something like that slide.
Okay.
While recovering at Kings County Hospital, he orchestrated a retaliation hit on his shooter, carried out by his cousins. This act only cemented his reputation for violence. He even bragged about it in a song with Uncle Murda on the GZ beat for
Unbelievable.
Slow Down, spitting.
I'll never forget Uncle Murda say, you know what? Rod Diggs, he was being too detailed in his raps. Imagine that. He's being detailed in his raps. That's where he got caught up. These criminals, once they do crimes, they want everybody and nobody. I'm a tough guy. You know what I did? You know what I did to him? Imagine that. Imagine knowing what I did to him.
was like, I don't respect the shooter because he shot me in the legs. And 2 days later, the little homie was dead. See, if he was smart, he would have shot me in the head because I could get you shot from a hospital bed.
See, if he was smart, he would have shot me in the head because I could get you.
Imagine that. Rod Diggs, he say he was the image of, imagine, I can't even talk anymore. But either way, that's what's going on with Rod Diggs. He decided to be a criminal. He decided to throw it all away, and he really did. Now they have individuals, I mean, I'm not going to say that. Imagine not saying that.
But that was just the beginning. In 2001, Rod Diggs found himself facing a charge for killing of Frederick Brooks, an alleged rival dealer. On June 16, 2001, Brooks was gunned down in the lobby of 198 Bond Street, shot multiple times in the face, neck, back, and head. The crime scene was brutal, leaving Brooks...
Bad man. These guys are bad guys. That's why Rod Diggs getting all that time he did. Imagine that. It's fair to say Rod Diggs, he was fortunate. He's fortunate they didn't mess around and give him that penalty. Imagine that. So that's what's going on with these gang members. They just go out of their way to go to jail. That's it.
Bleed out on the floor. Rod Diggs, along with members of his blood crew, took steps to dispose of the firearm used in... But it wasn't long before the authorities caught up with him. By July 2001, he was arrested and put on trial in New York State Criminal Court. The prosecution claimed to have...
And even though Rod Diggs was arrested this time, these gang members, they do not learn. Rod Diggs say, you know what? I'm a smarter criminal now. But these individuals, you can't become a smarter criminal. That would be like, imagine that. That would be like, I'm a smarter, how could I compare a smarter criminal? That would be like, I don't know, it just sounds ridiculous. I can't even compare it to anything. Imagine saying I'm a smarter criminal now, but you're in jail, and you went to jail, but you're smarter now. Unbelievable.
Key eyewitnesses, let's call them Witness A and Witness B. Both had given recorded statements to the assistant district attorney, identifying Rod Diggs as the shooter who took Brooks' life. They even picked him out of a police...
So it's fair to say these individuals have been telling on each other for years. Rod Diggs, he got told on. Imagine that. So that's what's going on with these criminals right here. They decided to throw it all away. I can never figure out why.
But when it came time to testify, things took a shocking turn. Both witnesses recanted their statements, claiming they'd been threatened by Rod Diggs and his associates. Another witness, Witness C, testified that he saw Rod Diggs arguing with Brooks before following them into the lobby. There, he witnessed Rod Diggs push Brooks against the mailboxes.
So that's what's going on right now. If you like this video, check out my other ones. They say crime don't pay, but I see them do it though. Imagine that. Imagine
these a silver gun and
gang members.
Despite this, Witness C knew that testifying against Rod Diggs was a death sentence, so he lied about his role in the murder. Yet another witness, Witness D, also saw the murder but refused to identify Rod Diggs on the stand out of fear for his life. The level of influence Rod Diggs...
So that's what's going on, Rod Diggs right here. That's what he had to be taken off the streets. They say he had too much influence. He called himself a vanguard. Imagine that. Only thing he could call himself right now, just an inmate or just a number. Imagine that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 25, 8, 10, 2, 5, 4. I'm just talking that shit. But that's what's going on, Rod Diggs. Notorious gang member from out of Brooklyn. He thought he knew it all. He thought he was smarter than everybody else. It's not just Rod Diggs right here. Most criminals, they think they can commit crimes and get away with those crimes. Then they realize, you know what? I can't. Until the next time, they say crime don't pay, but I see him do it. I have to admit. ADX, they say, you know what? It's for the real big boy. So it's fair to say Rod Diggs, he's a big boy now. Living that